Algernon's October with the check-in with Hip Hop United. We got the Preacher's Kid from Popular Stranger Records. Brodie Fresh is in the building. How you doing,
Yes,
Ken?
sir, man. Bless. How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. Good to have you up in here, man.
Likewise.
Let's go ahead and kick it off real quick.
Yep.
Where you from? And tell me about how it was growing up as a Preacher's Kid.
Man, I'm from Long Island, New York.
Long Island.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, Elmont to be exact. Born in Queens, born in Hollis, moved to Elmont, grew up in Elmont. You know what I mean? If you know anything about New York, it's the same exit. You go left one way, right the other way. You know what I'm saying? But being a preacher's kid, man, is different. I think you get a chance to see both sides of life in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Seeing my dad as a pastor and also as a human. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people don't give any grace to pastors or what they go through and the challenges they have to actually maintain a church. Not these multi-million-dollar churches, but from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a basement or you're renting a storefront and there's not enough money to pay the rent and they got to go in their pocket and take money away from their home to keep the church doors open, and you know what I'm saying? Different things. So it was definitely different for sure.
Yeah. How do they feel about you kind of going into music, especially hip hop? Because obviously, sometimes
it's different.
Two completely different
worlds. Right. My pops, he actually used to rap prior to me being born. So, he was always a music head too. We used to have conversations about the fact that I could reach an audience that hasn't accepted or God or, just doing the right thing in general. And he could reach an audience of people that already decided they wanted to give their life to God. So,
I got you.
He rocked with it.
He kind of bringing the people in, trying to get them straight, and
right.
You kind of out there in the streets, kind of saying what you say.
Yeah,
so I agree, best of both worlds. And keeping along that theme, you got a song "Glory" in terms of how that changed and everything as well. Talk about Glory.
Man, so Glory's kind of like an ode to my dad for real. It's really his story. Like every single word in Glory is a real story of what occurred from my dad being shot and robbed and getting his leg amputee, you know what I'm saying, being a below the knee amputee, and pretty much his story, his struggle from childhood all the way to adult, you know what I'm saying, and I just kind of use his story as a way to motivate other people that went through a lot of different things, and yeah.
I got you in terms of that. Now, when will we be getting the Preacher's Kid project? I know you were hoping to kind of give that full body work to the audience and all that, and I know you got Altar Call in the middle, but tell me about all that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so originally we were supposed to be dropping around November. Dropped Glory and got a couple calls and things started kind of getting crazy, and we just basically decided that we wanted to do a joint venture situation with a major and try to land it in the right home. So we got a couple good calls. We've been taking a couple meetings. We actually got a couple more on Monday, and just trying to land it in the right spot. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much funded everything myself, so now it's given the opportunity to kind of get it back and have a strong team behind it to just make sure that it goes to the right places and right distance. So we just kind of pivoted, thinking maybe first quarter.
Okay, so Altar Call.
Yeah, Altar Call will be soon. That'll probably be in the next month for real.
Okay. I like the theme. You got Glory, Altar Call.
Yeah.
Obviously, you spent a lot of time within the church. In terms
Absolutely.
Of that. How did that kind of influence you in terms of not only your bars, but just you as a man?
I think you learn a lot from church, just about life in general, for real. You get to see people from all different walks of life, all different struggles, and, kind of just get to see people go from one spot to another spot, you know what I'm saying? And people fighting with faith and people dealing with different aspects of life. For me, I was a musician in church. I played the drums in church my whole life. So, I would be behind the drums during church, you know what I'm saying? And getting to watch my dad be the pastor. So it was kind of a different view for sure.
That is kind of different like there, whatever like that. So do you ever see yourself or are you currently collaborating with any kind of gospel artist or putting them kind of, as part of your project?
So definitely on the production side. I have a whole live band and all that. So a lot of my guys that play in church did a kind of input on the album and certain production standpoints. Definitely want to work with some gospel artists. We were reaching out to Kirk and also the choir. I don't want to say the wrong name, but they're super duper fire. I believe they're from down south. I forgot what the exact name of it is, but I'll get it for you though. But definitely want to do that in the future for sure.
Yeah, make a big song with a choir,
right?
Something like
so
that.
I got songs with choirs, but it's like my choir or people that I know.
Okay, all right. What makes you kind of stand out in the culture, in your perspective?
I think just everybody has their own unique story, and I just tell my story. All the way to the T. I don't try to cap about nothing in my music. Like I'm the type of person that if I say a car in the song, I gotta add that car in the video. Like I won't even. Like it just got to be, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just me being myself. I don't feel like I've ever seen anybody in hip hop ever tell their life story from the angle of being a preacher's kid. especially somebody that's been through all walks of life, you know what I'm saying, and dealt with different things and, cases and just really seeing both sides of life for real. I've never seen it actually done in hip hop, so I think just my story for real.
That is dope. That is dope. Now, you about to go on tour.
Yep.
Conway the Machine, and you also got a show at SOB's in New York City, 12/5. Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. So we actually pivoted in the tour. We're waiting for them to figure out the exact logistics of the date. It was supposed to be November, but I think they're gonna end up moving it to like end of January, early February. But December 5th is the album release concert. Initially it was for the Preacher's Kid, so we're kind of shifting and just making it readjust. But that's a go. December 5th at SOB's is going down for sure.
I know Conway's another New York. I think he's
that's
more
my brother.
upstate. But how'd y'all link up?
Man, this is gonna be me and Conway's fourth or fifth tour together.
So y'all been rocking for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. I think I went on tour with him the first time like 2020. We did like 3 or 4 American legs already, and then we did an overseas run. So we got 2 records together that's out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my bro now at this point.
That's what I'm talking about. You ever see yourself doing anything else with the other members of Griselda?
I've toured with Benny. I've toured with Brodie James, and I have a song with Brodie James as well. He's more Griselda side. Griselda side with Westside Gun. So Westside signed him. But yeah, so I worked with a couple of the other ones.
How'd you like overseas, and how were you received over there?
I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. It was different for me. It was at a difficult time too. Like 2022 was like a real rough year for me. I lost my grandmother and my right-hand man, and then my dad died. So my dad passed December 5th. So we went on tour January like 18th. I left. So like a month after my dad died. So it was different because I was going through a lot of things, and then it was like my first time ever even really being overseas. So it was like there was for me it was a blessing because it was like, man, my first time overseas is for music. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people go to vacation, and it was like I came here for my craft. So I was definitely excited. The fans out there are completely different. They're not scared to have fun. You know what I'm saying? They're not scared to enjoy the music, and they're not scared to let you know that they enjoy the music. Where we're from in the States, people are too cool now. They don't dance. Not everybody, but a lot of people, they don't dance. And even if they enjoy the show, it's kind of like, stone face. You know what I'm saying? Especially tour with Conway, you know what I'm saying? Because it's real hip hoppy. So,
yeah.
It was definitely different over there, man. People was turned. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, first of all, definitely sorry about your grandmother. I
appreciate
mine.
you.
In fact, coming up on it's been a year.
Oh wow, man. God bless.
As I've said on this show many times, grandmothers are just that second mother.
Nah, for sure.
Extremely close to my
for
grandmother.
Sure. Likewise.
Very much so.
I only had one grandparent for real. My dad's dad, I never met him. My mom's dad, I met him a few times throughout my life, but we weren't like close like that. He passed when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. Like it was one of those where like I couldn't even cry because I would be pretending, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have that relationship with him. My dad's mom, she's still alive, but none of us have a relationship with her. Mm-hmm. So my grandmother, my mom's mother was like my second mom for real. Like that was the one, I had the parents that every weekend I'm at my grandmother's house. So then eventually she just moved in, you know what I'm saying? So that was, I had a real tight-knit family. So my grandmother, I'm the firstborn too. So my grandmother called me Sputnik. So you probably see I got like the rocket ship on my side of my face. Sputnik was like the first rocket ship to ever go into space. And I was her first grandson, or her first grandchild, period. So yeah, that was definitely tough having to fly in to go pull the plug on my grandma. And then my right-hand man got killed October 26th. And then my dad died a month later. So it was one of them years.
Wow. Yeah. Very rough time. Now, I can relate. I'm an only child, and I was the first grandchild. And me and my grandmother are very tight. I always tell people I'd rather hung out with my grandmother shopping in the mall or sitting around her watching crochet a blanket than to be outside playing football in the streets with y'all.
For sure. Yeah, my grandma was cool, man. She computer, super internet savvy. You know what I'm saying? Like even when she passed, it was crazy. Like I have a laptop. And she had every song I ever made from the first beginning of my career. And you wouldn't even know because it's like she's not talking to you about the songs. Like she'll tell me, I saw Sputnik, I saw the song, but the fact that she had more songs than I had, like she had songs I didn't even remember, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, my grandmother was super cool.
Always our biggest cheerleaders.
Yep.
Always there. Now, I definitely sorry to hear that, and I can absolutely relate to that
likewise.
as well. Now, you went overseas.
Mm-hmm.
What places did you hit specifically?
Man, we went to Vienna, Austria. That was the first show, which was funny because we landed. It was like a 16-hour flight, then a 2-hour layover, and then a 2-hour flight. So we went to Turkey, and then from Turkey to Austria. So we landed. We're super hungry. It's nighttime. Nothing's open. McDonald's is closed. Everything's closed. So these people tell us, hey, there's a stand around the corner. they sell sausages, and we're like, man, what? Like, we don't, right, right. So look how fast you caught it, right? So I didn't catch it when they first said that. So we went and we got it, and they had like this curry sauce, and it was actually super good. And it wasn't until the next day we had the show. The show was kind of dope. It was like on a pier. It was like the water. It was like a water thing in the middle. Mm-hmm. It looked like almost like a skateboard kind of thing. Like it was like graffiti everywhere, and you go down the steps and you go into the venue. It was super dope. And it wasn't until I got on stage that I realized, I'm like, yo, we're in Vienna, Austria. Like Vienna sausage. Like you guys are the capital of sausages. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I said it on stage and they started rolling. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny. But we went to Austria. We went to Zurich, Switzerland. We went to Dublin, Ireland. We went to Milan, Italy. We had 2 shows in Milan, back-to-back, sold out. Athens, Greece. We went to Lisbon, Portugal. We went to London. I feel like I'm missing like 1 or 2. But yeah, we definitely went to some spots for sure.
That's what's up, man. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Now
we did 10 shows in 12 days.
Wow.
And it was a flight every day because you can't drive in between any of them. It's water in between.
Yo, how did you keep your strength up and your stamina up to do
that,
man? Because you got to bring that energy for every show.
No,
right?
It was rough. I ain't gonna lie. I told people, I'm like, traveling in the U.S. is tough too because you're in a car for a long time. But that was real. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you get out your show. Let's say you get home. It's 1, 2 a.m. I'm already zoned out because my dad just passed. Like, and then it's like I got to be at the airport at 4 a.m. And on top of that, I got my clothes and plus merch for me to sell. So I got like 3 big suitcases. So I got to get the little silver cart to push it through. You know what I'm saying? We got to wait for the bags every single time. And we just literally want minimums. You know, a lot of days we had to fly 2 flights because it'd be like a layover.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was tough to take. We basically took like almost 15 flights in like 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was definitely tough for sure.
That was crazy. When you came back, man, what'd you do to decompress, man?
Man, so I actually went to London. We didn't have a show in London, but I went to London because I always wanted to go to London, and I was already like an hour away. So I went there and ended up staying there for like 6 weeks. I got an Airbnb and just rocked out in London. Yeah, so it was cool.
That's okay. Well, you got you some nice relaxation in after that.
Yeah. I was chilling, man. I was over there drinking chai lattes. You know what I'm saying? They had some Jamaican restaurants, Cottons and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shot some music videos. It was crazy. Their culture, it's definitely a culture shock.
Yeah, I can imagine. Where's some other places you want to go to that you haven't been to yet, overseas at least?
Man, I want to go to DR, Dominican Republic. I've been to Mexico. I want to go to Colombia for sure.
So you want to hit South America?
Yeah. I want to go back to Italy too. I feel like we didn't get a chance to really like explore everything because it was so quick. It was like, you know, you're done with the show, you got to go the next morning. So it was like we didn't get a chance to fully explore. Italy, we was there for 2 days. I built a dope relationship. I actually brought out this kid, shout out to him, 22 Simba. I had met him at the first show that we did. He asked me to sign the kid, one of his friends' cast. And then they were like, yo, my boy does music. He got a studio. I'm like, hey, we out here. Let's go. Let's go to the studio. Let's get it. So I went and did a song with him. And he speaks fully Italian. He doesn't speak any English at all. And they drove us around. And then the next day I brought him out on stage. And that was 2023. And now he's signed to Warner Italy. He's out of here like all the way out of here. Like,
okay. Did you have anything to do with that or just, you know?
Nah, I think it's just God's timing for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he ended up dropping a couple records and they took off and he caught his deal and he was gone. You know what I'm saying? But it was dope because I got to bring him out on like one of his first shows, you know, and it meant a lot to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he had never had nobody do that before. So
we know you going back to the boot because
you
got to
sure.
definitely tap back in with that kid.
Now my boy out of here. I ain't gonna lie. he's gone. I said, all right. He's like one of the biggest artists there now in Italy.
All right. So outside of your potential show coming up and all of that, what you kind of setting up for the new year, man?
Man, just staying consistent for real and just really building out this label on my end, you know what I'm saying, just the independent side of it and just making it a fully running independent machine. I feel like we've done our thing, but it needs to be a little bit more organized and just putting the right people, right players in position. I'm one of those guys that never had a manager or nothing like that, so I was doing everything myself. So I gotta let off the grip a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but you know how it go when you're trying to build something that's your baby and you let people do it and they don't do the right thing, you kind of be like, all right, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not going to get no setbacks from nobody else. So, you know, I'm blessed to now have some of the right people like Tavia, you know what I'm saying, and different people that we could position and just really want to take that and take it to the next level.
That's what's up. Now, are you still kind of looking for more people to add to your label, or are you more so just kind of focusing on who you already got right now?
Definitely, I say a little bit of both. There's a couple other positions that definitely need to be filled. You know, getting to see it firsthand. Like, I just came off tour with Dom Kennedy in April, and like Dom, that's my bro. You know, it's been my bro for like 5-6 years. But even watching how he's done it, he's never been signed to a label ever in his life. So us going out on shows and having, you know, minimum 2,000 people there every single night independently, that's, you know, that's different. People don't highlight it enough. You know, they look at the A-list celebrities, but it's like you got people that are independent, and that counts, man. That 2,000 people a night, they selling 15, 20,000 in merch. They still get another 15 and don't owe nobody. That hit different. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's definitely what's up. All right. Well, you know, especially if you have a label, then that means that you obviously have a vision. So
absolutely.
In the next couple of years, where do you see your label as well as yourself?
Man, I feel like I think artists, we set an age limit for ourselves. I feel like when I first started rapping, I was like, man, if I don't make it by 25, I quit. But, you know, y'all pretty much know if you're creative, you say that all day, but you can't stop doing what you love, right? So it's like, I think the goal, I definitely want to be do some acting classes, maybe get into like some kind of movie or something like that, and build up a couple artists. I got a couple artists now that I'm actually starting to develop. And definitely want to take them into a situation. I've had artists in the past that I've actually brought and got major label deals with UMG and different things like that I've been behind the scenes of. So just really building and trying to just stay true to the purpose for real.
That's what's up. Well, it sounds like you're about to kind of elevate. You got some talks happening right now.
Man.
So you may go from being independent to being in maybe a partnership.
Right. Got to be a JV, man. Got to be a JV.
Hey,
I got to get some of this money back so I get my haircut like yours. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got to get some of it back. You know what I'm saying? I can be that clean.
I'm trying to get some jewels like you. I'm trying to get icy like you.
Hey, it's there.
We good, man. Well, listen, man, we appreciate you coming through. We definitely want to continue to support you and wish you success on your journey. Tell everybody where to find you in terms of your socials and, of course, what you got coming up.
Man, everything's Brodie Fresh. It's Brodie Fresh. That's all DSPs, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, pretty much everywhere. Website, everything.
All right, that's good.
Preacher's Kid on the way, Altar Call on the way, and you know, we here.
All right, cool. And I know you're about to go out and do some other things.
Yes,
get
sir.
a view of the city and hang out with our brother Brian.
Yes,
Shout out to
yes,
Cadillac
sir.
Chronicles and everything that he does with that. Well, listen, Brodie Fresh, you have officially been checked in with Hip Hop United. Let's go.
Let's go.